Hello Baku crew and welcome back to another Bakugan deck profile. This is of course another illegal deck and it is Haos. So for Haos I did choose my old channel mascot, the Lightning Voltex. Getting a little older and she doesn't want to close anymore, but yeah, old channel mascot. This is the Elemental FENNECA. Still think it's one of the best Geogun Rising Bakugan as far as elemental rarity goes. And yeah, really hyped to be building this deck on FENNECA, one of my favorite Bakugan in general. So yeah, gonna get right into it, but before I do, please remember to subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more of these illegal deck profiles, and give this video a thumbs up so I know that this content is worth doing in the future. So right off the bat, we are of course running the 3 FENNECA Ultra character cards. That is what makes this format illegal, right? Because you're not supposed to be able to use the same Bakugan 3 times over. But me and Prince of Darkest, which I will have a link down to his channel in the description below, we've come up with this idea of just using one Bakugan. So it's kind of like character games, I guess, in a way, because you just have the one Bakugan. Either way, though, really fun format, kind of a cheeky little gimmick that I just think will make playability a lot more funner, and it could potentially break older Bakugan as well. So the core line is really basic. You know, we're running 3 shields plus 300 B power, and then 3 green fists plus 150 B power, and then plus 2 damage. The reason I opted for these and not the faction bonus ones is because I didn't want to benefit another faction. I mean, FENNECA is already kind of weak, so I didn't want to be giving the opponent extra damage or extra B power on top of that. But FENNECA Ultra, obviously shield and green fist core, B power of 800 with 2 damage isn't too bad at all. It's not great. Luckily, FENNECA can double core, so that does help you potentially get plus 600 with 2 shields, 450 and 2, or 304. You know, the combinations kind of go on, but anyway, if FENNECA double cores, you at least have a shot. Or should I say Lightning Voltex, because that's the name. For the main deck, though, I am using sort of a Frost Strike build. So that starts off with 2 copies of Electric Howl, 1 energy for plus 2 damage, and then 1 Frost Strike. And I feel like this was a must-have for FENNECA. So 3 copies of Holy Flame, you all know what it does, 1 energy for plus 3. But if you're holding a green fist, which FENNECA, you know, should, plus 600 instead. So that's one of our biggest B power cards. After that, Mega Punch, it makes sure we have a green fist attached. For 1 energy, you get a green fist. Very, very good card. I'd probably run this at 3 if I had an extra copy, but unfortunately I don't. After that, we do have 2 copies of Reflection Rays. So 1 energy and you get a Frost Strike for each Haos on your team. Obviously, you're running 3 Haos, so that's 3 Frost Strike for 1 energy. Another card that I would like to run multiple of is Fragile to Light. So 2 energy and you actually get minus 5 damage on a non-Haos Bakugan. It doesn't come up unless you're going up against Haos yourself. Otherwise, it's just really good disruption, and it's a really good defensive card, in my opinion. For rerolls, I've got 2 copies of Haos Blessing, so 2 energy for plus 4 damage, which is alright, but you do get to reroll your Bakugan on top of that. Kind of helps out when I throw the bread. More B power boosts with Light's Courage, so 3 copies of this I felt really comfortable running. 2 energy for plus 400 B power. But if your Bakugan hold the most Baku core at plus 800 instead, I'm really banking on my FENNECA double coring, because going through the line, you know, that's 2, 4, and then on the 3rd roll, you'll potentially have at least 4 Baku core, so I hope I'll hit there, but I'm not really sure. So for card draw, I don't really know why this is in here, maybe just placeholder, but I did put in 2 copies of Stoic Shot. 2 energy to draw a card, and then domination if you have the most Baku core. You draw 2 cards instead. So I know card draw is a double-edged sword in Bakugan, but I still commit to having at least 1 or 2 ways to thin out the deck. Again, to help with the domination, so I do have 3 copies of Consort. That's 3 energy to attach a Bakugan from the field to an open Bakugan. Now, whether that's to set up your own strategy or to snipe away from the opponent, it is a very powerful card on the turn 3 curve. Which is why I only have one other 3 cost, and that is Spirit Guide, so plus 400, and you may reroll your Bakugan. But more times than not, on turn 3, you're going to want to see a Consort more than anything. So that's all of the 3 cost cards I run. Now I did have to put in a D again. It is the Froststrike build, so 4 energy for a hero. That gives your Bakugan just plus 1 Froststrike. It doesn't really seem that great on paper, but you know, a D on field plus a Reflection Rays is 4 Froststrike. That's 4 more energy someone's going to have to pay on a flip, and I just feel like that's very strong. So, you probably all could have guessed it if you know me, if you know my channel back when FENNECA was the mascot. I absolutely loved the Diamond Evo, so it's no surprise that that is the sub-theme of this deck build, which is why I have 3 copies of Divine Intervention, which is the best way for Haos to cheat out its Evo card, I suppose. 4 energy to reroll your Bakugan, and then if you open on the reroll, you can play that Bakugan's Evo card for free, which obviously I will show off the Evo card at the end. But yeah, this is just a way for us to get FENNECA to higher numbers, and instead of 7 cost, it turns that FENNECA Diamond into a 4 cost, theoretically. 2 copies of Drumwave. Again, we're trying to hit domination, we're trying to do stuff, so for 4 energy, you get to attach a Bakugan from the field to an open Bakugan, but that's not it. You also have a domination sub-effect, so then if your Bakugan are holding the most Bakugans, you get plus 3 Froststrike. Very powerful as far as Froststrike goes. Considering I don't have access to Aquas, which has some really good Froststrike cards, I am limited to what I have. Speaking of which, another card I would like at least 2 of is Luminous Armor. 4 energy for plus 900 V power to a Haos Bakugan, which is just really good. Some suboptimal cards in my opinion, but I slotted them in anyway, is Shield of the Heroes, or Shield of the Faithful, excuse me. 5 energy for plus 9 damage, which is awful. But if that Bakugan is holding a shield, you do get to draw 2 cards. My idea, I guess along with this and the Stoic Shot, is just to draw into my Divine Interventions and my Evos quicker so that I can actually get those played out. The last card for the main deck besides flips is, of course, said Evo. Now, the Diamond FENNECA Evo is a 7 cost, which is really steep. That's why we want to see those Divine Interventions in hand alongside it. That's kind of our 2-card combo, if you will. But the Diamond Evo does give us a significant boost. It shoots the B power all the way up to 2200 from 8, which is ridiculously strong, you know, very powerful jump. And then you get 10 damage from 2, I believe. It's a shame. You would think I would remember my old mascot's character card. Yeah, 2 damage. So yeah, still a huge jump, in my opinion, and a really good Evo if you can get it out quick. But then after that, you know, it's just like your basic standard flip line. So I have a Divine Wall, well, 2 copies of Divine Wall. It does stop Haos or a Fusion Bakugan for 1 energy. After that, 2 Halt Outsiders, so 3 energy to block a non-Haos. Luck Aura, so you can play a card from your hand for free. I do believe this works on flips, but the idea is just to play that FENNECA. It's like a Divine Intervention without having to reroll. 1 copy of Stand Together, 4 energy to block non-Haos. And then Domination, if your Bakugan are holding the most Bakugans, this is free. And then to round out the deck profile, my last card is Haos Ascendancy. So 5 energy, kind of steep for a flip, but you do get to block a non-Haos, and then put this into your hand for an energy play for next turn, which is pretty neat. But that's it for the general main deck. I know I really had to build one for the old channel mascot. Love the Elemental FENNECA. But yeah, really cool. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, what some tips are, what some changes are that you would make. Should I add Nanogon or Geogon? I have no idea. But that's it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you next time.